had hundreds of people searching all over town. They searched a transfer station here in town every morning. Volunteers pour through every single load that comes in. They spread it on the ground and look for one of the things, her pink shirt that she was last seen wearing.
One significant piece of news, a Hello Kitty t-shirt was found in the transfer station as they were going through the trash. It looked very similar, which is why we brought it back to Mother, but Mother said it wasn't.
We have now received, this is brand new, this is home video of the youngster opening presents last Christmas.
Seeing how little this girl is and how frail she looks, I mean, she was a small little girl for her age. We want the video out there. We want people to continue to be interested in it. We want to keep her fresh in the minds of everybody so people continue to look.
I'm Mike Brooks in for Nancy Grace. A beautiful 8-year-old girl disappears from Tracy, California. I want to go straight out to Blake Taylor, joining us by phone. He's news director for KMJ News Radio 580. Blake, what's the latest from Tracy?
Well, there's some interesting developments, Mike, and thanks for having me back. Appreciate the time. The CHP sent up a helicopter again today. It's circling over the north portion of Tracy, California today and this afternoon. Much of the morning it was hovering over Old River. That's, again, in the north part of town. They've been looking at this pretty extensively, this waterway, for the past few days. In fact, since 7 days ago, since the little girl disappeared. They've turned up nothing. They won't say exactly what is taking them there over and over again, but they're saying this is a procedural matter anyway, so they don't want to overlook anything, and we can all understand that, certainly. Also, searchers are planning to look in storm drains again at that trailer park home, the Orchard Trailer Park, where little Sandra Cantu disappeared last Friday around this time, as a matter of fact. They've searched there before. They say, again, they don't want to miss anything. They're going right back to those storm drains again today and possibly tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, hundreds of volunteers are expected to show up at the Tracy Mobile Home Park where she disappeared, and at the old fire station there in Tracy. Hundreds of volunteers. Hopefully it's not mass chaos there. Hopefully they can, the police department can control what's going on there and make sure that they are heading in the right direction, if they can figure out that direction at all.
Blake, the area you're talking about they're searching is over a water area. How far, number one, away from the house is that? And secondly, are there any boats in the water with possibly, cadaver dogs? Because, as you know, if, God forbid, that she's dead, but if she did get to the water and her body started decomposing, they could actually find traces of scent evidence.
That's correct. They can. Those cadaver dogs have been out from the onset of this investigation ever since Saturday morning. Those dogs have been running around in the Tracy area. Now, you mentioned the waterways. There are a lot of canals here in Central California. You got to understand that this is a very agriculturally centered area of the country. Canals are very, very common to find in and around Central California. Those boats are in the water. They've been in the water for the last few days. Again, they're going by air and by water. The cadaver dogs are helping out as well. But again, they turned up nothing thus far.
I want to go out to Kate Thompson, reporter for KRON, one of CNN's great affiliates, who's actually in Tracy in front of the home. Kate, thanks for joining us. Now, what is the family? What is going on with the family right now? Where are they? And also, tell me a little bit more about the volunteers. Who's asking the volunteers to come out to search for Sandra?
Well, the volunteers have been part of this for the entire week and are pouring. I mean, some of them are just showing up on their own accord and wanting to do whatever they can. They're going down to the local fire department, people pasting, flyers all over town in every coffee shop, on the front of restaurants. A lot of them have them on the back of their cars, tying ribbons to trees, doing really whatever they can. The family has been inside the trailer park here for much of the week. They've kind of been holed up in their house.
It's just so sad that this cute little girl disappears seemingly without a trace. I want to go out to Dr. Marty McCary, physician and professor of public health at Johns Hopkins. Now, we heard in the intro, Marty, that that there was a pink Hello Kitty t-shirt that she was last seen wearing that they found at this landfill. What kind of test would they do on this to see whether or not it is her t-shirt? Because her mom says, no, it's not hers.
They're going to run all the DNA testing they can do on every single cell or hair or nail ending that's on the shirt. They're going to do everything possible. You know, we're concerned about her dehydration. The psychological trauma is significant. You put those two things together after 6 days, there's a lot of anxiety in a person who's gone for that long if she's still alive.
It's just so sad. Joining us tonight is a very special guest, Angie Chavez. She's Sandra's aunt, joining us there in front of the home in Tracy. Thank you for joining us. I know your family's got to be going through just pure hell right now.
Yes, thank you for having us.
No, you know, we want to keep her face out there. It's only been a week, and our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Tell us a little bit about Sandra.
She's a fun-loving little girl. She loved going to Disneyland. Her favorite ride there was the Matterhorn. Her uncle and I took them down to Disneyland, and she just loved it. Screamed the whole way, but loved it. She always liked to help in any way she could. We had her over the weekend of her birthday, and she wanted to help me make breakfast the next morning.
Now, is that her little monkey you're holding right there, Angie?
Yeah. Yeah, that's her monkey that she used to sleep with every night.
It's just so sad. Right now, I want to go out to Jeff Gardier, psychologist and author of Love Prescription. Jeff, why would anyone want to take an 8-year-old girl?
Well, I'm sure they're looking at a couple of theories here. They want to make sure that there isn't someone in the neighborhood, since we know that pedophiles are amongst us. So that's one possibility, someone taking a beautiful little girl like that, or any little girl. You look at the pedophiles. But the other thing is maybe perhaps some sort of a ransom, though we haven't seen that as yet. But it's got to be someone, even if it's a family member, who is not emotionally stable, not to say that they're insane, but someone who is pathological, a sociopath, because it's causing pain not just to the family, but especially to this little girl, and hopefully she's still alive.
I want to go back out to Angie Chavez, Sandra's aunt. Ms. Chavez, is there a fund set up for anyone who wants to make donations for the search?
Yes, through the Son Carrington Foundation, and then also through the local Crime Stoppers at the Tracy Police Department.
And when we see right here, this is the number, this is the address. You can send any donations to the Son Carrington Memorial Reward Foundation. And please, if you can do anything at all to help out the Cantu family in their time of need, please do that. Ms. Chavez, very quickly, if someone is holding her right now, what would you say to them right now?
Please let her go. Even if you just let her go into a mall or to a church, just let her go. No questions asked. Just let her go. Let her come home to us, please.
Tonight,
We miss her.
I can't imagine how much you must miss her. Thank you, Ms. Chavez. And also tonight, the fight against cavernous angiomas, abnormal blood vessels in the brain or spine, 3 million